Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another video. This is another video on missing addends. But for this video, it's going to be missing addends with two-digit numbers. First video, I kept it simple. I kept it simple and just did one-digit numbers, but missing addends, 2 digits. This video is for my 5th graders. DJ, drop a beat for my 5th graders one time. Thank you, DJ. All right. So 21 plus something equals 43. Now to find the missing addend, you have to do the opposite of whatever operation is in the number sentence. So since this number sentence, we see a plus sign, it involves adding, we have to subtract to find the missing number. So what we have to do is we have to subtract 21 from 43. Now, I know most of you watching, most of my students, you know how to subtract two-digit numbers, especially if there's no regrouping involved. So when I say freeze, what I want you to do is pause this video and solve the math problem. And a huge thank you to whoever entered the chat. Welcome back. Please hit that like button. I am so glad you're here. I see you. I'm glad you're here. Hit that like button. Please hit that like button. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. So when I say freeze, if you're one of my students, if you have this assignment, you pause the video and you solve the problem. Ready? Freeze! If you're still watching at this point, then you've unsolved the video and you've probably solved the problem. If you're in the chat, for the people in the chat that actually went about solving this problem, write the answer in the chat. Type the answer in the chat if you actually solved the subtraction problem and did the first step. Now, for those of you that are not in the chat and haven't watched this video yet, I'm going to go by the steps of solving it. And then I'm going to tell you if the chat was right or not. 3 minus 1 equals 2. 4 minus 2 equals 2. Our answer is 22, and the people following along in the chat are correct. All right. So 43 minus 21 is 22, and the missing addend is 22. All right. Next problem. There are some 4th graders in the building that are like leveling up right now. There are some 4th graders doing 5th grade work right now, and I'm so proud of them for that. It's unbelievable. All right, 50 plus something equals 68. Now to find the missing addend, we have to do the opposite of whatever the operation is. Since we see a plus sign here, we have to subtract to find the missing number. So we got to subtract 68 minus 50. So for everybody watching, when I say freeze, pause the video and solve the problem. And then when you unpause it, I'll let you know if you solved it correctly. Ready? Freeze! All right, we are moving on. If you're following along in the chat, type the answer in the chat. Then I'm going to go about solving it for the group, and I'll let y'all know if you're right. So anybody following along in the chat, put the answer in the chat. All right, 8 minus 0 equals 8. 6 minus 5 equals 1. And the answer is 18. So that means the missing number is 18, because 50 plus 18 equals 68. All right, 2 more example problems left. 2 more left. All right. 55 plus something equals 88. Now for this one, we have some veterans in the game right here. So for this one, I'm not writing the subtraction problem. We know at this point that since the sign's addition, we have to do the opposite of addition to find the missing number, but all of you have to write in what the subtraction problem is going to be. You have to say what numbers we're going to subtract. You got to write the subtraction problem, set it up, and solve. We got this. I love the positive attitude. Love the positive attitude from the chat. So again, when I say freeze, pause the video, write down the subtraction problem, and then solve it. Freeze! All right. Now, if you're still watching, you've unpaused the video. The subtraction problem set up. In the chat, I think the person in the chat got the right answer, but did she write the numbers in the correct order? I think she selected the correct numbers. I don't know if she put them in the right order. All right, well, I'm going to write the subtraction problem down. There we go. There we go. The chat fixed it. I think the chat knew. I think the chat had the right answer all along. So that's the subtraction problem that needs to be solved. $88 minus 55. So 8 minus 5 equals 3. 8 minus 5 equals 3. I should have let the chat tell me what the answer was first. Sorry about that. Missing number in the box is 33. The missing addend is 33, and 55 plus 33 equals 88. You got it. All right, final problem. Final problem of the day, and then it's basketball time. $77 plus something equals 93. All right. So again, it's on you to set up the problem, and it's on you to solve it. Everybody in the chat, write this out. Write down the subtraction problem that we need to solve to find the missing addend here. When I say freeze, pause the video and write the problem. Freeze! All right. If you're still watching at this point, you've unpaused the video, you have the problem correct. The chat got it correct. Now, for those of you watching this video 3 days later that I didn't watch it in the actual chat, I'm going to write it down for all of you. 93 minus 77. And we have to solve. Chat, tell me what the answer is. What is 93 minus 77? 93 minus 77. What's the answer? What's the answer to that problem? I'm going to throw out a hint right quick. You need to regroup. You absolutely have to regroup. You cannot start with 3 and take away 7. In order to solve this, you need to regroup. I just gave a hint. Hope nobody heard me. I'm going to do the problem out. I'm going to see if the chat's correct on the answer. All right. So 93 minus 77. Now, again, we cannot start with 3 and take away 7. You know, the big mistake that I see a lot of students make is they just do 7 minus 3 and they put 4 down there. That is not what we do because the 7 is on the bottom. When the number is on the bottom, when the bigger number is on the bottom, we have to regroup because we can't start with 3 and take away 7. So the 9 is going to become an 8 and the 3 is going to become a 13. Because what we did is we took a 10 from the tens place and we added it to the ones place. So the 3 is going to become the 13. Basically, whatever this digit here, you're going to cross it out and put a 1 in front of it. 3 with a 1 in front of it is 13. And then the 9 becomes an 8. So from there we can do our basic subtraction. Yeah, chat said they did 7 minus 3 and 9 minus 7. Yeah, that's a common mistake. That's a common mistake. Yeah. You can only do 7 minus 3 if the bigger number is on top. When the bigger number is on the bottom, you have to regroup. So again, I'm gonna show you what I mean, all right, to make it clear. Now, if the bigger number is on top, then it's okay to do 7 minus 3. But if the bigger number is not on top, like you see here, the bigger number is on the bottom, you can't just do the subtraction. You have to regroup first. Whenever there's a bigger number on the bottom, you have to regroup. Common mistake. A lot of people have trouble with it. So again, this 3, we're going to take a 10 from the tens place. So this 3 is going to become a 13. You can cross it out or just write a 1 in front of it. And then this 9 is going to become an 8. So now we're going to do 13 minus 7. 13 minus 7 equals 6. 8 minus 7 equals 1. Yeah. Don't get discouraged if you got that wrong. I know a lot of students, really smart students, that have a hard time with regrouping. Regrouping makes it a lot more challenging. Like, I know students that can solve 4 and 5 digit subtraction problems, but as soon as regrouping gets thrown into the mix, it messes them up. But 93 minus 77 is 16, so the missing addend is 16. I'm gonna do one more because I want redemption. I want redemption from the chat. The student in the chat got 3 problems correct in a row. And I want to end on a win. So 80 plus something. I won't do regrouping for this one. For the final one, I won't do any regrouping. 80 plus something equals 94. So write the subtraction problem. When I say freeze, pause the video, write the subtraction problem in the chat and solve it. Ready? And freeze! Woo, I just hit my knee. Woo, 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 woo. I'm all right, though. I'm okay. I'm all right. That hurt, but I'm all right. I just showed immense self-control in that moment because when I hit my knee, I was in so much pain. I felt like swearing, but I didn't swear because swearing is wrong. And I know that there's students watching, and I wanted to set a positive example. So even though I wanted to swear, when my knee hit that chair, I did not do it. I kept my cool. Woo! That hurt. All right. All right. In the chat, tell me what the subtraction problem is, and then tell me what the answer is. Don't worry, I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm all right. Yeah, it hurt for a second, but pain's temporary. I'm all right now. Chat set up the problem correctly. Now, chat, tell me what the answer is. Write the answer. Four minus 0 equals 4. 9 minus 8 equals 1. And the answer is 14. So the missing addend is 14. As always, I am going to end this video with some basketball. A few turnaround jumpers and a few dunks. Students, this might be before your time, but have you ever seen High School Musical? Troy Bolton, he was doing the basketball. He was playing. He was singing, "I gotta get my head in the game. You gotta get your head in the game. I gotta get my head in the game. You gotta get your head in the game." Woo! All right. I can still get above the rim. I can still get above the rim. Oh, no worries, no worries. It's okay if you're taking a little while. Wait time, ain't nothing wrong. Slow and steady wins the race. Now, what I'm about to show you next is deciding when I'm holding over the hill and can't get above the rim anymore, I'm going to use something called the hook shot. When you're old, you can't get above the rim. This is how you get your shot off against elite defenders. It's called the hook shot. You pivot. Of course, I'm not as good at it as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was known for this. He perfected this. As you can see, I have it. I still rely on athleticism a little too much. But Kareem was 40. He averaged 10 points a game in his final year because he had the most unstoppable shot in the game, the hook shot. And I can't make any of them right now because I'm not Kareem. There we go, finally. There's a hook shot. There we go. Notice, whatever I do with my left hand, I do with my right hand because I got versatility. Virtual fist bump. All right, final dunk of the day. And I'm going to sign off. Here we go. If you're in an actual game and you score on somebody, don't celebrate like that. Don't celebrate like that. You'll get a technical foul. I'm doing it fooling around, but don't celebrate like that if you're playing basketball and you actually score on somebody, because the ref will call a technical and the other team will be shooting free throws. But just having fun with it. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Huge shout out to the crowd going wild, to all the students that tuned in live to the live broadcast. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all again on Monday.